Hi there, Linda Artesani Accounting. This week, I wanted to talk a little bit about various methods on how to really work with attorneys and law firms and whether there's one data file or two. So this is a hot topic between accountants and bookkeepers, and what's the best method? A lot of attorneys will come to us and they've got two files. They've got a file that just holds the trust, because remember, the trust isn't their money. And then they have a file, and it's the trust bank, and the offset is the trust ledger accounts, or the individual ledger accounts for the clients. And then they'll have a file that is just for the operating side of the business. So people like to do this because they think that keeping the one file set aside by itself is kind of like separating it in your brain. You're keeping the money that doesn't belong to you separately housed. It doesn't really affect your books until you've recognized it as revenue. It does make a lot more work as an accountant because you have to do work in two files, basically. I prefer a method where there's full transparency, and it really allows itself for less errors. So that two file system, although it does work, to me can be very disjointed. And it can also cause more mistakes because a lot of times the accountant will say, the bookkeeper or the attorney will say, well, everything's in that account, it's correct. But now you're transferring, it's almost like when you have intercompany loans. Now you're transferring money from one side to the other, and sometimes the ball gets dropped. So you have to reconcile and reconcile to make sure it matches up. So you're reconciling the IOLTA here, but you have to make sure that you reconcile the operating side to make sure that all the transactions actually happen. Because in the real world, you have to make sure the money moves from IOLTA to trust, and that you show all that money in there. So yes, the two file system will work. However, I like the one file with transparency. Now, when the two file system is better is if the attorney just doesn't want to see any of that on their books. It's not their money. They don't want to see it. I totally get that. With Lean Law, which is my favorite app to use with QuickBooks Online, you see all of that there, and you can collapse it down because really it's just the IOLTA matching, but now you're making those bank transfers inside that one company file. So as long as you're reconciling, everything should be golden and look good. That is my short synopsis on the two file and the one file method. I prefer one file, keep it all in one place, one file to log into. We use a tool like Reach Reporting where you can send the records out. There's plenty of reasons why that software is great. One of which is you can present the financials without showing IOLTA at all on it. You can just turn it off. It's like little eyeballs, and you just turn it off, and then you can take that off the books. But that's for another post. But I just wanted to give you an idea of why I like the one file system. I love the transparency. I like being able to house it in one place. But actually both methods work. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out. If you are having bookkeeping and nightmares and you want to have somebody help you fix your IOLTA account or your trust accounting, feel free to reach out to us. We love doing that work. If you're an accountant or bookkeeper and need more help, we have a group for you. It's called the Accountants Law Lab. Sarah and I work together on it. It's a lot of fun. So I hope you reach out and we can help you. Thanks for watching. Bye now.